Hey guys, today I'm going to talk to you about host packs, sort of why we make them, what they even are, and how to use them and incorporate them into your business. So I'm going to share with you what I put in my host packs. Now feel free to obviously make yours your own, but this might give you kind of an idea to jumpstart your own if you don't already use them. So why do we use them? Well, we owe it to ourselves and our hosts to have the most successful party we possibly can. And in order to do that, we need to prepare for it. We need to have a plan. And we need to sort of treat our hosts like our partners, because they kind of are while we're host coaching them, right? We're asking them to go and do our job for a few weeks before her party to help prepare for it and get those outside orders. So host coaching is a big part of that, and the host pack is your biggest tool you could possibly use, really, for host coaching. So what makes a party a success in the first place? Like, what do we want to focus on, right? We want to get sales, obviously. That's what we get paid on. So we want that PRV boost. And we want her to get those rewards out of our sales, right? So we want to get the most possible sales at her party so she can get the most possible free stuff. We also want bookings, right? We want to perpetuate our own business. We want it to be continuing and ongoing. And that's going to help her by giving her those extra half-price items through the perpetual reward that Scentsy offers us. And then, of course, we want recruits. But just for clarification, I hate that word. It sounds like we're in the military and Big Brother's watching you and all that stuff. But for simplicity, and that's sort of the across-the-board word that we're going to use, we want recruits. So I'm going to talk to my hostess about the opportunity and present it to her, because that's really the easiest way for her to join. If I'm already doing all the work for her launch party, I can just get her to join and I'll throw that party right under hers. So I always talk to the hostess about the opportunity, or the host if it's a dude. And you have a lot of people out there too. There's lots of males kind of joining our team, which is awesome. I love the direct sales growth there. So what's in the host pack? I'm literally going to show you guys what I put in my host pack. And hopefully you can see it on my little screen here. So invitations, that's a pretty obvious one, right? I'm going to give her a few. Not many people use invitations these days, so I'm not going to pound her with them. Just about 5 usually is what I give. I label it, and that way when the person gets the invitation, if they can't make it or if they need to ask me any questions, my stuff is right on there, and she doesn't have to try and scramble for my information for those people. What hostesses sometimes like to use these for also are reminders. So they're not sending out the initial invitation to the party. Sometimes they're just texting or giving a phone call. But these are fun little reminders for the hostess to send out about a week before the party. So someone's getting some little happy mail in their mailbox, and it might give them sort of a boost to be able to come to the party. I give one of these, the host brochure that Scentsy offers us, of course. I put a little sticky note on it saying, I don't know if you can see that. It says, host chart inside, open me. Cute, right? So she's going to be able to see exactly what her rewards are going to be, and she can kind of create her wish list right from that. And then over here, I put there's an extra half-price item for every party booked through yours. And I put it right on where they talk about the perpetual reward. So it kind of just gives her something in her brain that I need some help, and her help booking some parties through her, so she can kind of, get that idea into her friends. That'd be great. I always include one catalog, not a ton, especially if you're mailing these out. These things can get heavy. So just one, and I put right on here that this one is for the hostess. This is for her to get to know the combine and saves while she's collecting those outside orders and while she's making her wish list. So she can mark this up whatever she wants. She can circle stuff, dog-ear the pages, whatever she needs to do. And I put right at the bottom of the little note here, can you see that? That the product lists that I include are the ones for her to hand out to her friends, and they can keep those ones. The reason I do that, again, because of the weight issue, especially if you're mailing them, but just because of the cost issue too. The catalogs aren't too expensive, but they're a little bit more than these, and these cost just, a couple cents each? They're nothing. So stick in anywhere from 5 to 10 of these suckers. You want her to be able to hand these out and collect her outside orders with these. Of course, the monthly special, so anything we have going on that month, of course, the warmer of the month is always handy. I put a little note saying, these are 10% off in June. And I usually just throw in a couple. They always have, I should clarify, little sticky note and my information. Every single thing in here is labeled. If you don't do anything else, make sure you label all your stuff. We also have to bring back my bars this month, right? So I included just one flyer of that and a little sticky note explaining what they are. And I'm going to have the scents with me at her home party because I always buy the BB&B sampler. But I'm not going to send her with 20 bars while she's out lugging around her stuff, collecting those outside orders. So I made sure to include that I will have those bars at her party. So if anyone is interested in smelling them, that they better be there. I always include around 5 to 10 order forms, depending on the hostess and depending on her circumstances and where she works, how busy she is, that kind of stuff. I include, so here's just the normal ones. And even just with the normal ones, I write my information right in there. So while she's collecting those orders and she rips off the top two for me to keep, and she rips off the bottom two for her customer to keep, they have my information already on there. I didn't always do that, but I've started making it a habit. See? So on the customer order form, they can see my stuff right there. So if they have any questions right away, before I label my stuff and get them their orders, they know how to contact me and get a hold of me. And then this one I use as a sample. So this one's my sample one. It says sample right on it in big. There you go. I have exactly how to fill it all out. So what the customer's information would be. Jane Doe lives on Sesame Street. And I do kind of a mock little order. So how do you do the tax, the 13%, free shipping because it's a party and I know it's going to qualify because she's an awesome hostess. And that's it. And I say collect orders from peeps who can't make it to boost your party sales and get more free stuff. Booyah. All right? So you want to make sure she has all the tools she needs to be able to collect those outside orders. Outside orders typically are the best way to boost the sales at a party. People do get busy, you guys, and sometimes people who thought they could attend originally can't, that kind of stuff. So you want to make sure she has a good solid base of orders before you even get to her house, and that's the best way. And that way, when the party is over, we don't have to keep it open for another 3 or 4 or 5 days because she's already collected all the outside orders from anyone who couldn't make it. So that means quick closing, the orders get to the customers quickly, and everyone's happy. So this, really important. We talked about offering the opportunity to the hostess right away. You want her to also keep it in mind for anyone she might know, right? Referrals are huge. So maybe she's not interested in the opportunity, but her aunt or her best friend or her sister or her coworker might be. So I put right here on it, know anyone who could benefit, pass me on. And I include the top 10 reasons to join Scentsy. This is right inside the workstation. I love that because I don't have to be creative. I'm a busy mom, so I don't have time to be making up different files and creating things right off the top of my head. So Scentsy does it for me. Beautiful. Scentsy also does this handy little thing, the host tic-tac-toe. So sometimes lots of rewards and lots of free stuff and half price items aren't quite enough to get the host motivated to collect those outside orders or talk to her friends about joining or booking their own parties or talk to me about the opportunity. So this is kind of like a fun little game. People like being challenged. They like winning, right? They like, excuse me, thinking they won. So this is a fun little way to do that. You guys don't have to, it says you win different prizes. 3 squares in a row, 2 rows of squares filled, 4 corners of the square, and a full board. Now, don't think that you have to be giving away like companion systems and crazy things for people to appreciate this. This is in lieu of my hostess gift, so I don't give a warmer and then prizes on top of it. This is their prize for being awesome and completing all the tasks. So I really, really, really encourage them to do this to get even more free stuff. And I tell them the Scentsy rewards are amazing, and they wouldn't need anything for free on top of that. But just for a little fun, if they do the little squares, if they fill out the little tic-tac-toe boxes, then I'll give them extra stuff. So All this stuff is going to go right into this envelope. We all know what this looks like, right? We got them in our starter kits. That's upside down. All of that is going to be stuffed right in here. Excuse me. You can throw their address, name and address right on it, a couple stamps or whatever it takes where you live, wherever you're local. And that's it. Throw in right at the top what the scent warmer of the month is, you know, what her name is, the party date, that kind of stuff. And then she's going to be able to keep track of the orders she's already collected and how they paid and all the money, and the money and stuff can go right into here with the order forms. So she doesn't have to try and scramble and throw things in her wallet or her purse and gets confusing. This is just like the old school, like when we used to sell chocolate bars at school, right? And that's it. So seal that sucker up, send it in the mail if your hostess isn't local, or just drop it right off to her if she's just up the road. You can also include, and what some people do, and I think is super smart, is include like a little mini basket party. So whether it's just a few testers or some wax samples all in like a cute little bag, so that she has something sort of tangible to be able to share with her guests for the 2 or 3 weeks before her party. If that's not possible for you, don't fret. It's not a big deal, but it can help boost the sales. Scentsy is something people like to experience, right? And the sniffing sells it. So if you can throw in those wax samples, even if it's just a few business cards with some samples attached to them, it might help boost your sales a little bit. So typically you want to send this out as close to when you booked the party as possible before that hostess loses her enthusiasm. So if you book the party a month out, send it right away, and then she has 3 weeks to collect those orders. Make sure she's telling her friends that the party is not going to close until the party date. So if she's collecting orders for 3 weeks straight, those people are probably going to wonder where their orders have been. So she needs to clarify. If you've booked the party a few months out, like if you're in the summer and you're booking right into the fall already, good for you. Maybe don't send out that host packet yet, though. Make sure it's current catalogs and you have the current warmer of the month specials, and it's at least close enough to the party date that when she gets the package, she doesn't forget about it and doesn't just get stuffed in a drawer because she'll deal with it in 3 months. So close to booking, but close to party, if that makes sense. So that's it. I'm going to leave you guys alone for today. Today's a beautiful day, and I'm going to head outside with my dog who is whining at the back door. And that's it. Feel free to holler at me if you guys have any questions about anything we just talked about. Okay, bye!